All right, folks, we're going to take a small break. When we come back, hopefully Darren Brown's on the line. He's a dwarf car driver, and he's going to talk about his night last night at Barona Speedway. All right, folks, welcome back. Racer Radio right here on AM 1170, The Answer, the only motorsports show in San Diego and longest running. Right now, we've got this segment is brought to you by Barona Circle Track. If you've never been to Barona, you've missed out totally. Go to baronaspeedway.com. If you're an old Cajon Speedway fan, then you'll definitely want to take a run up to Barona. I mean, I'm telling you, the only difference between the two is dirt. They run on the dirt, and Cajon ran on asphalt. We got two guests on the line. We got Brittany Sandoval, dwarf driver, and we got Darren Brown. He drives the number 11 dwarf car. Brittany, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
You're not working on the race car? What are you doing?
I will right after this interview, actually.
All right. Well, would you like to interview our guest? Or introduce our guest, not interviewing, but introduce him.
Absolutely. I do want to say I was going to call in. Dirt Dude said call in. I said, well, all I'm going to do is brag about Darren Brown. So run him up. He's back at college. So Darren Brown took Barona Dwarf car racing to the next level last Saturday night. Absolutely. And I got to say, I went back and looked, Darren. You lapped 11 of us.
Jeez Louise. Darren, what do you got under the hood?
Same as everybody else, I think.
Yeah, you got a fat hamster is what you got. I mean, if you're able to, you passed, okay.
Half of this.
You could talk about setup, but that's silly. How could you you got around 11 cars. Wow. What do you feel was a combination? Was it just the way everything was, everything fell in together?
Yeah, I got lucky enough to start on the front row, and I was able to take the lead in the first corner. So I knew if I just hit my marks and was consistent, I'd have a chance to at least pull away and have a chance to, when we stayed green flag 20 straight laps, so I was able to really get out there. And then it's actually kind of funny, you speak of the motor, because I actually blew the motor up Friday night at practice. So we had to scramble, work all night, and then put in a backup motor that we, had no idea whether it was going to run, whether, it was going to leak, and it ended up obviously doing pretty well for a motor that's sitting in the crate for some months on end.
No kidding. Okay, I got to ask you a question, because, I hear it a lot, and you hear drivers talking about it, and it's called hitting my marks. What marks? I don't see any marks. I look, I don't see anything on the track. I don't see lights. I don't see red paint. What is a mark, and how do you know that's your mark?
Yeah, so it's more about the feel in the car. So when I'm going down the straightaway, I kind of hear the motor wind up, and as it's about to hit the rev limiter, you either let off or let it hit the rev limiter just a little bit, and that sort of is an indication where you want to, turn in. It's a little bit scary because you're turning in, throwing it in sideways, so you kind of have to, count in your head and just tell yourself, I got to keep going a little bit further, and maybe count 1, 2, 3, and then turn in. So. It's not really a mark on the track, a visual, as much as it is a feel and a sound and hearing the car.
And hopefully no one's around you.
Yeah.
That's always the key, because, I've been out on the track, and I've always gone by myself. Because I take my hat off to you guys to be able to go out, which I call ballet on dirt. If it's done right, you guys will slide and glide and cross and go up and down and never touch. There's a lot of times you guys will, and it's just like ballet on dirt, and it's the most beautiful thing to see when everybody's in sync. That's just my own personal feeling.
No, that's true. I got to pipe in now. People have got to go online and watch this last race. You just look up, Google Barona Speedway Dwarf Maine, and then last weekend was 3:25:17. Because I went and looked, because everyone's jaw dropped when Darren's name was mentioned. So I was like, well, I got to go watch this. I'm not in the video much, just when he laps me. I'll be in it for a moment when he laps me. But he's so beautiful to watch. And you say about not being around traffic, I'm pretty sure he lapped. I was one of 3 that he lapped. 4 of us were coming out of turn 2. And he was right in the middle of the 3 of us. And none of us touched.
Wow.
He knew exactly where to put his car, and he put it there. It's right. Everyone should go on and watch.
Yeah, and how do they find it again? Go to YouTube and go to Barona Speedway what?
Well, I think it's www.baronaspeedway.com.
Right.
But I always Google dwarf car, Maine, and then put in the date.
Dwarf car.
And even the video guy is just, he doesn't show the race. He shows Darren. I think even his jaw had dropped. It's a showcase.
Yeah. Of course, Darren's over here going, geez, Louise is all red. But,
yeah, getting me a little bit embarrassed.
I know. It's embarrassing me, and I don't even own a car. So, well, let me ask you this, Brittany. Is this something he normally does, or was this a fluke?
He's always up in the top. His dad was chasing him down, Papa Brown.
Bobby Brown from Cajon Speedway? From Cajon Speedway? Your dad raced at Cajon?
Oh, no, he doesn't race for Cajon Speedway, but he used to race motorcycles back in the day. And
I know.
We live right there. We always go there, but...
Oh, okay. All right. So you beat your dad too, huh? Oh boy.
Yeah, that's most important.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. And because there's nothing he can say about it, right? It's called raw talent.
Family dinner kind of has some bragging rights.
Right.
I bet he doesn't let you brag too much.
No, it kind of puts me back in my place.
Yeah, just a little bit. All right, back it up, son. Okay, you were good, but let's see what you do next time. So, who helps you get to the track? I always like to make sure you guys talk about your sponsors because without them, you wouldn't be talking to me.
Yeah, and first off, my dad and my mom.
Right.
I couldn't be there without them. They support me no matter what I do, and they get the car ready for me. And then my crew, Mike Leathers and John Sutherland, they make sure my car is ready every single week. Because while I'm at school, I'm at college, finishing up my fourth year, and I was able to come down for my spring break, and they had already had it set up already.
Wow.
I just had to go in there and drive it, so I'm pretty thankful for that. And then just everybody who makes it happen: B&B Chassis, SDI Staffing, GB Industries, Maxima Oil, and everybody at the track that allows us to, the volunteers that just allow us to give us a place to race every other Saturday. We're so thankful for that.
Wait a minute. You bet you beat Sheldon Creed?
Yeah.
It just dawned on me. It was just like a flash of light. I mean, no one could beat that kid. And you beat, now that right there, you should have him autograph the hood of your car.
No. Sheldon's a great racer, and he actually just recently started, racing dwarf cars.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool to be able to compete with somebody like that with that name and that pedigree behind him. And he's going to be really fast. I think he got third, and I think he won actually last night in Arizona. So it's pretty cool to watch him. He got into a nice B&B car just like mine. So it'll be interesting to see how he does this year. I'm sure he'll be competing for wins week in and week out. I
wonder if he's going to get up on two wheels. Because he loves getting on two wheels. I mean, everything he drives, he loves doing that.
Yeah, I hope none of us get on two wheels for.
I know.
on the third oval.
Well, he does it on purpose. He does it with the Robbie Gordon trucks. He went all the way around the Speed Festival track, 2.6 miles on two wheels. It's crazy.
It's pretty impressive.
It is. And I'm glad to see he's coming to Barona because that's going to really help attendance. It's going to help more people come out because this kid, he really is good at what he does. He really is.
Yeah, it's nice bringing some attention to a local track in San Diego as well as dwarf car racing in general.
Okay, so did you write on the side of your car, "I beat Sheldon Creed," and then dated it?
No. I'll just keep that one in my pocket.
Yeah, right. Because you don't want him. Because you don't want him to put a vendetta out and have him come get you.
No, he'll be right up there with all of us all year long. So it'll be interesting to see.
Well, it's such a great family, with his grandfather and their whole family. They're as it necessary and it needs to be. And that is support of the family. If you don't have the support of the family, you might as well forget about it, unless you got a bucket load of money. And Sheldon's family has been huge. Go ahead.
And for Darren's sake, and Lauren Brown is supportive too.
Yeah. Yeah.
His sister.
Oh, your sister?
Yeah.
Well, you better throw that out there. You're getting serious.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I know. I totally get it. Well, so what's your next race?
So I'm actually finishing up my last year in college, so I won't be down back in San Diego till the end of May. But Barona Dwarf, Barona Speedway, will be running every other Saturday night.
Okay.
Their next race is this following Saturday. So
Yeah.
Hey, you ought to let Brittany drive your car at the next race, and that way we'll see is it you or the car.
Pretty sure it's Darren.
Okay, so what are you going?
My kitty seat.
Yeah, what are you going to school for, Darren? What are you studying?
marketing. So I go to Cal State Long Beach. I study marketing. I'm finishing up my last year, and then so I don't really get to race a full season, but when I do, I got a lot of support, and I'm just happy to be out there.
You going to get into motorsports marketing or just marketing?
Just marketing right now. I actually had an internship in San Diego at a commercial insurance broker, and so that's kind of what I want to do once I graduate and once I come back down to San Diego.
Commercial insurance broker? That doesn't sound like any. That sound like any fun to you, Brittany?
Oh, yeah, fun's on the weekend. All business during the week.
Plenty of other time for fun.
Okay. So now, are you looking at a career in motorsports, or is this just a really fun hobby?
No, this is just a hobby. I mean, I'd love to, travel and race if I could, but, I think right now it's just kind of something to do with family and bond, and then, make lifelong friends doing it.
Yeah. And keep beating Sheldon Creed. I mean, how bad could that be? I mean, I think that's an admirable goal.
Yeah, but Sheldon Creed and my dad. So
yeah, you got a 2-for-1. I mean, nobody can beat that. Well, I do want to thank you for taking time out of your day and calling in. You too, Brittany, because I know you're waxing and trying to get that car all shinied up for the next race. When are you running again, Brittany?
April 8th, next Saturday.
Okay. So how did you do the Sunday before?
I think 16th or 17th.
Okay.
I'm happy.
You were having overheating issues, weren't you?
I was, yes. I put in a new radiator and flushed the old one, but decided to put in a new one, new thermostat, and still figuring things out. I won't know till practice Friday.
All right. You're not gonna drive around the backyard and pedal down?
No. No.
That's why I should not have one. Trust me, I'll be driving that thing on the streets. All right, guys, thank you very, very much. I'll send you a copy of the show, and you guys can have it and do whatever you like. Appreciate it, and we'll see you at Barona Speedway, baronaspeedway.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, my pleasure. All right.